I would not have thought this would be the last one. And thank you, Larry, for recording it. I've been doing this for almost what 12, 13 years now. So it's been that long every month, and what I see is the number of people coming in goes low and low and low. I guess when everybody knows it's always there every Friday or every month, people say, next month.
11 years.
So
11 years, I think.
what's that?
11 years.
11 years. Yeah, there you go. More than, so, and it's like, it feels like forever,
Karen and I are the oldest ones.
Christy, yay! Robin, where's the rest of the family,
too,
Robin?
Right?
Hello. Hi, everybody.
I'm not sure. I don't know where everyone is. I did send it out to Ray and Lou, so they may be with us.
Is this Christy Knudsen that I'm hearing from?
Yes. Can you see me?
No, I cannot see you, but I can hear you.
There I am. Where am I?
I hope you're there because I can't see you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Hi, Peggy. Hi, Christy.
Hey.
Alex,
Hi,
Lenny's
Peggy
trying to
and
get in.
Linda. Oh,
Can you send her the link? Text her the link. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't get access to that right now.
Yeah, I'll try.
Please, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
tell her the password is magic.
Yeah, I told her.
Good. And I'm, because I wasn't able to find my email to send the link to people, so I just copy the link to them to people or send her the email. And good. So I'm going to start with asking everybody, what brings you all here tonight?
To support you.
Exactly, Alex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did you say, Brian? I missed that.
Well, not only for our own benefit, but to support you, because we appreciate the sacrifice, what you've done all these years to make this available to help others.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't always let you know how appreciated it is, because, like you said, we kind of take things for granted next month, But anyhow, we want to be here.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that like you guys do. I'll do it next month.
Yeah.
Because if I do that, you guys are not going to be here. I have to be there every month. Yeah, Lenny's back in. Yeah. So thank you for supporting me. Really, I did this in the beginning to start this conversation, to start this healing circle conversation, is because I wanted to give you all conversations that will heal yourself and heal the people, the community, and yourself. And I changed it to now and then conversation, because healing begins with conversations with yourself, and then with your spirit, and then with your God. It begins right with yourself all the time. And so that's why I do this. And it is such a joy for me to provide something back to the community. You guys have been such a supporter for me and for so long, and I wanted you guys to get something. And every time I want to stretch you guys just to expand your thinking, your conversation, and also address the current conversation that is going on. And a lot of the times, life throws curveballs at us all the time.
Oh.
Oh, you don't get curveballs?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so life throws curveballs at us. And I wanted you guys to have different tools instead of just the standard religious, educational, conversation. I wanted outside the box conversation that will help you guys go beyond that to get it. Okay. And so good to see Christy Knudsen. Oh my goodness, I can see you now. Wow.
Yeah, sorry, I had the thing turned off here.
Yeah. and so quick question, how is everybody for the new year?
Good.
Awesome.
Relieved to have 2020 behind us. Well, sort of. I mean, we still have COVID around, but we're looking to 2021, getting it behind us, and good things happening.
Aha. So good. So perfect. So as I'm letting people coming in, yay, Lou looks so comfortable. Okay, so tonight I want to start with a short meditation for you guys. Okay, just to get the energy going for 2021, and for you guys coming here tonight, I just want to give you guys a gift as well. So I want you all to just go ahead. Oh,
A noise.
we got echoes. Let's see. All right, so go ahead and just get comfortable and just take a deep breath and let the energy that is not comfortable for you, let it go. Energy that is not yours, let it go. And taking another deep breath and allow your mind to just relax and let go of what you need to let go to be clear and to be ready for today. And as you take another breath, allow your body to sense the vibration that is coming into this group tonight. Letting go. Thank you, Divine Spirit. Thank you, God, for bringing all of us here tonight. They are ready to receive something special for themselves for 2021. But more importantly, the souls that are here tonight are here to make a difference for the community around them. Are here to stand for peace and love. For them to receive peace and love in their life, their family, their community, and their country. Divine Spirit, shower upon them this year the strength to be a pillar of love. Shower them with this beautiful energy, the pillar of love, that they are so solid in themselves, and their love is so strong that they have the power to have conversations with people that are troubled and bring peace and love to those around them. Give them the words, give them the wisdom, give them the courage to do so. May the divine blessing be all around you all for the rest of this year. each of you who are here tonight will be able to access my conversation to use to help you have your conversation that is powerful to empower others. And may you have your access to your divine guidance to help the people in need. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for guiding me all this time to give the message to the world of what is needed. Everybody take a deep breath and come on back. Okay, let me just scan around because I got a lot of ping of people trying to get in. Let's see. Diana Tressler, Miss Video Chat. Okay. Okay. Let's see who else. How did you all like that meditation?
It's good.
Awesome.
Peaceful.
Awesome. Okay. So I said I'm going to open the floor for questions and answers. So who wants to start first?
I'll say one
Yes.
quick thing. Oh,
Okay,
go ahead.
Brian. Brian's going
Yeah,
to
just quick. I just wanted to share how the divine is always paying attention. Had a little situation today. I was closing on a property, and Federal Express was supposed to be delivering a package with the keys to the closing table, essentially. They kind of messed it up, and we're going to have to redeliver it later in the day. And it was putting off a walkthrough that I had with my client, who was the buyer. On the way to the house here, I had to stop off at Taylor's Do It Center and ran into one of the agents on the other side. He was the son of the seller of the property, and he had a key. So he gave me the key, and I was able to call my guy. We went and did a walkthrough.
There you go. Is
Yeah,
divine timing, yes?
absolutely. It's
Uh-huh.
just kind of like, wow,
Yeah. I mean, you all heard me say conversation like that is like, there's no such thing as accident and everything happens for a reason, yes?
Yes.
And I even say everything happens for a really good reason, yes? And I know a lot of people say, how could that be? Yes, for certain things. But I say everything happens for a good reason. So you see how the key didn't deliver it by FedEx, but you delivered personally to you.
Yeah, to make it
Uh-huh.
work with everybody's availability, and it was just, yeah, it just happened.
Yeah, I shared a story with one of my clients, but the story is really interesting. He said, I want to help a lot of people. I said, imagine this. I don't know, have you all seen the movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy?
Yes.
That is such a beautiful movie, yes?
I heard of it.
The Coke bottle.
Yeah, the Coke bottle. The Gods Must Be Crazy. So go see that movie if you haven't seen it. So I was saying to you, I said, okay, so why do you want to help somebody so much? So imagine you go to Africa and you give them the best computer and you give them best cell phone and say, here, I want to give you this. And he looked in there and says, what is this? We don't have power here. So how am I going to use it? We don't have internet here. We don't even know what it is, but how am I going to use that? But this is the best. This is the best. You can use it. So I said, the cell phone, there's no signal, so how is he going to use that? So what we think is the best doesn't even work for them, yes? It's not even useful for them, yes? And so let's say, so how do you find what's good for them? So you look around, you say, oh wow, they have no water, they have to walk a long way to get water. So you say, okay, let me tell you what. I have a good idea. I observe, and now I'm gonna drill a well for you, and but you have no power. All right, we're gonna build a solar panel so you can have well. I was like, oh, this is such a good idea. They drill a well, a solar panel in there. I said, wow. And so water comes out, wow, so they can start farming and everything like that. I said, is that a good thing or a bad thing? He said, oh, it's good. So what do you all think? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Look where the industrialization has led us.
So what does that mean? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a mixed bag, I think.
Okay. So you guys are so nice. There's no right and wrong here. So you can be brave and say good or bad. Okay. Yeah or nay. So let's say it's a good thing. Well, I think it's a good thing. I say, all right, it could be a good thing now because, wow, they get to drink good water. They kind of have this thing. So imagine this. If they do this, it keeps going and it keeps going. And the community starts growing bigger and bigger. And they start planting more and more. And now, the bigger they get, the more people that want to fight for it, is it not? And now who's going to be in charge of it? Who's going to control this thing? The strongest one with the biggest gun wins, yes? So now they are fighting for a resource. So how is that helping these people now? Because that's tribal mentality still. Ha! So are we really helping them? Or are we just speeding up something? Because before that, they were happy. They get a little bit of water. They walk all the way over there. They come back. They're very healthy. They're not come back. They take a long way, and nobody fight because everybody know what things are. So anyway, that's just a story I share with them. I said, so how do we help people? Are we actually helping people that way? Just a fruit for thought. So, any question about that or anything else? You guys are very quiet here.
I have a question.
Okay, after Kathy, Kai. All right, go ahead, Kathy.
I don't want to talk about this the whole time, and I promised Brian I wouldn't. But some vision on what happened at the Capitol and possible inauguration problems. Some vision on how to remain, I guess, calm and not worry so much.
Are you saying that you want to share a vision you have of the Capitol?
No, I need some help in trying to get over it.
Get over a vision that you have, or get over what?
I get over the violence of it.
Okay, the violence of what happened in the Capitol. Does anybody have that experience to get over the violence of the Capitol? Some, yes, no. Okay. So what do you need to get over with, Kathy?
Well, just a disbelief that it could happen here, and wondering what kind of what's behind all this is the government. How could this have happened? In other words,
okay. So pause for a second. So are you willing to hear what I'm about to say?
Yes.
Because you start off with the conversation, you couldn't believe this would have happened. So please take a deep breath and just allow yourself to hear what I'm about to say as well. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So for those of you who are troubled by the Capitol, I'm going to say something here. So, and I said, I started off with everything happens for a reason, yes? And I said, everything happens for a good reason. So you guys are going to use it every time when you know when I say that, you guys are going to, I know I'm going to say that, yes? So how could this be a good reason? So I said to you, are you ready to hear what I'm about to say? What I'm about to say is this, the thing that happened in the Capitol has been building up for years. It's not just one day. It has been building up for years. And for those of you, a year ago, I told you that there's going to be violence coming up. I don't know if you all remember that. I said, be prepared. So if you are willing to hear what happened today, then you can see what's coming tomorrow, what's coming next year, what's coming during the inaugural. If you are present today to hear for yourself, I didn't say listen from the news, I said hear for yourself and discern for yourself to see what is going on in the world with your own eyes, your own intuition, your own hearing. And I didn't say your friends hearing, I didn't say the radio's hearing, I didn't say any of that. I said if you open your own eyes and quiet yourself down to hear all of that, you can hear the current of the world, of where they're going and where they will go. And so the peace that is happening, the peace that needs to come is from the storm that has happened. If you look back in history, when even during the time of Jesus, there is riot and chaos, and they killed him. But from death comes life. And from his action comes a whole new understanding. So sometimes in our community, in our society, we go about blinded by what's around there and don't hear by what's going on. But when we actually see and hear, we can actually see people are happy, people are angry, people are dissatisfied. It's everywhere. So the courage comes from you willing to see what really is out there. So the thing that happened in the Capitol has to happen because the energy has been building up for it to happen. And the explosion is actually what is needed to shift the energy to move forward to the next plateau of vibration for growth.
So basically, look at it as a positive.
Yes, when we put pressure, anger, and frustration so much bottled up, and if it's not released, it has to blow, just like a volcano, it has to explode somewhere. There's a point where there is weight in the earth crust where the volcano will explode. And when that point explodes, boom, the relief of the pressure of the earth reduces. So if you look at that, that is a release valve for the anger. So it's actually very helpful for the community. But it's also very helpful in many, many ways. So the good news is that has to happen. Sorry that the people has to happen. And in my conversation to you earlier, for those of you who are inside this conversation over the years, I said everybody will be at the right place at the right time. So if they are ready at the right place at the right time with the contract to be there, how can we be sorry? Yes? Because they are participating to create that possible new outcome, is it not? So if you use that conversation, which is for those some who haven't listened to me, it's a little bit kind of rough or tough. I said everybody will be at the right place at the right time to help the world and to live their life and soul purpose. So the people in the capital has to be there for this to happen. Because if none of them there, the storming there, there's nothing, nobody there. So the right people have to create where it now becomes very important. Versus just you and I are over there. If they storm in there, just you and I over there, there's not going to be a lot of news. But because the vice president is there and all of those people there, the Senate's all there, that becomes a big news. So that has to happen, that release the valve. And if you follow the energy, it actually is helping the world now. The anger has a little bit. So it's actually reducing and slowing down. And people are starting to address what needs to be addressed. That has been like letting go and letting go and letting go and building up and building up and building up. So now people have to address what they didn't want to address before. Does that make sense, Kathy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I hope that explains some of that. There's a lot more to that, for those of you who wants to go deeper in that, there's a lot more to that. But that's just a gist of that. Does that help those who are troubled by that? It actually is a good thing.
Everybody's doing exactly what they were supposed to do,
Thank you. From the real conversation that you and I are talking about, our soul path is designed for that. If you're not supposed to be there, you will not be there. If you actually listen to some of those people, they feel like they need to go, but something says not to go. And then the people who are supposed to be there, like the Senate, bring their kids there. They're not supposed to be there, but the kids say, I want to go. The father say, oh, let's go. So they're supposed to be there to make it sort of when it sounds like, how dare you come and hurt my kid? It pressed a huge button for the public. A kid is there. But normally the kid is never there. But why that day? Okay? I've had people in 9/11 work at the American Express building every day, but that morning, his alarm didn't go off, which is like never happened. He's always punctual and early. And then he rushed out to go to get there. He jumped in the subway didn't work. He tried to catch a cab, the cab got stuck, and he watched the whole building got hit instead of him being in there every day. So when you're not supposed to be there, you will not be there. But if you're supposed to be there, you will be there. So this is kind of the conversation that I'm talking about is like, it's kind of different from just, let's just pray to be peaceful. We are part in the parcel of the game of life, are we not? So if we're meant to be there and we don't want to be there, then we have to break our agreement. And if you want to be there, you don't even know. Something tells you to go there. And then when you go there, something happens. That's the magic of all of that. So it's a little bit deeper conversation than just say, oh, well, it just happens. I don't know why, by chance. Sorry, it's not chance. It's not the law or the luck of the draw either. So good question, Kathy. Thank you so much for asking. Okay. And anybody else have any questions? I just want to open you guys up so that, I'll give you guys a message in the end as well. But
I have a question, Alex.
okay, Robin. Ray, good to see you.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. You said Ray. Well, my question, I'm gonna start off with, if I have permission to ask. Do I have permission to ask as to why you chose this to be your last now and then?
No, you don't have permission to ask. Sorry. Yes, you do have permission to ask. You know, the platform that I started was in person doing live healing, and doing, you know, it's like I said, it's my contribution to the community to provide knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of life, to see things differently, to work with, to heal their life. And the energy has dwindled so much over, you know, from time to time. It has dwindled so much, and the attendance has gone down so much as well. So it makes me wonder, is it time for me to stop? And last week, last month, just confirmed that it is time for me to stop. Last month, I wanted to go very, very deep into like to bring in a really, really hard, deep conversation, and it triggered a lot. And so it's time for me to take a break. And I am thinking, instead of life for a lot of people, like I was telling those people earlier, I said, you know, because everybody know every Friday there's one, people always are busy with something on Friday, so they keep going somewhere else and do something, and then next Friday never come. For some people, until I said no more, then they come. I should do this no more, you know, more often, then people will come.
Alex, have
Yeah,
you
so
thought
that's,
maybe,
that's all. And I'm thinking of other format of doing something, but let me share with that
have you
later.
considered doing something like once a quarter, or, you know, some other timetable that might be?
If you guys are still interested in this, and when the pandemic is over, I will be more than happy to host another one, just to try to see if the energy is still there on live in person here. In the
Like
Yay!
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you guys are interested, you know, and so and maybe Elizabeth and her mom will be here the next time when we do it.
Yay!
And for those, so I'm still open to that, but in the meantime, I'm going to take a break. You know, it feels like the energy is time for dwindling, so it's time to, everybody wants to take a break. There's so much Zoom and so much information that's going on, so it is just time.
And
And
certainly if somebody specific needs your help, then you're there, of course.
of course, yes. So good question, Robin. I mean, I don't know if you were here. You were here last Friday. No, were you?
In December? No,
Yeah,
I was getting prepared for my workshop. So
yeah,
any of them that I've missed is only because I had work to do and I
right.
was working late. But just know that your presence is very valuable, and I appreciate everything that I can experience with you. So
Thank you. Yay! You know, and like I said, you know, people are very busy with life, and I do understand that. And once in a while, you know, and people cannot make it, and so that's fine. I have no qualm about it, because what I'm giving is giving just out of love. I don't expect anything in return, and so it is just time for a different message to come out. So, any other question?
Yeah, Alex. Hi,
Yes,
Alex.
yes.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank you for holding this space for me and all of us here for all these years. What I miss most, if you are not having this again, is the fellowship, actually. Yeah, it's more a fellowship for me.
Yes.
Yeah, the message also is this, you know, if you are not having this anymore. Okay, I really appreciate you and all of you. Okay.
Thank you.
So I have this question to ask you. Yeah, I have this question. Just now you were saying that the community thing where people try to they build well and for the community, thinking that it's good, right? And then you say that at the end, you lead to the community having struggle. So you say that everything happens for a reason. I mean, what you have taught us to live by, everything is happening for good reasons. And when you look at soul perspective, is there's no good or wrong. So what could you tell us the episode, right, where the community initially was no need all these modern amenities, and when the next community built all this well for them, it seems to shift their life a lot and not to the better things. And this is what I'm seeing also in some country, like I mean the way I see in USA as well. So could you just enlighten me? How is that possible that is happening for good reason? That
Okay.
is my first question.
So
Second question.
pause for a
Yeah.
second. One question at a time. Okay, hold on to the next question. So what I'm hearing you asking me is that how is it good for Western influence to help countries or places? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. You were talking about the story about this community. Yeah. It's not about West or what. I'm just saying, just focusing on the story you told us.
Mhm.
A lot of times people build something just thinking that the community needs that, but
Mhm.
at the end there's consequences that is leading to maybe power struggle, and they are chasing after resources, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, how is that good for the event that happened? How is it good?
Okay.
Because our adage is always that it's always happening for a good reason.
Okay, because this is the last conversation, I'm gonna give you all a radical answer. Is that okay?
That's what I want. Yeah.
So Elizabeth, hold on to your mom, okay? Okay. The ways or people who have evolved always want to go out and help many people and want to fix people and want to help people and do things, yes? So here's the radical answer. A lot of times people go out there to help people and to do things for people and to really, I mean, some of them, they do really good stuff. The reason why they do it is because they feel compelled and they feel that they have to do it because they want to feel good doing it. And a lot of times when they're so driven by they want to feel good doing something important to some people, they do it so strongly that they forgot to see the impact of their action for those people that is being done to. So if you flip back and look the other side and look at the people that are being helped instead of we helping, if you flip the other way around, and if you understand the conversation that we said to everything, nothing happens by accident, everything comes in a beautiful synchronistic process. So if every soul that comes here to the right place at the right time for the right thing, if every soul come here for the right place, to the right mom, to the right dad, to the right country, for the right thing, why do they need help? Like I said, this is a radical conversation. Who says they need help? what if my next life, I'm going back, by the way, I'm still going to be a football player, but let's say if my next life I'm coming, and thank you for being my mom, and so my next life coming back, I decided I want to be an African little boy. And I just want to understand what it's like to be free from no technology, just to be living in the wild with no computers and nothing, and just go play with the tigers and lions and snakes and zebras and things like that, and then die very young. Die young. Just a short life. So if I go over there, I'm playing, and in comes Elizabeth flying up here and coming in and says, Elizabeth, I need to help Alex down there. Sorry, Elizabeth. So Elizabeth comes and says, Alex, I need to make your life a better life. I need to bring you to New York. It's better there. So how can I finish my life now? And I go to New York, it's like, oh, just like Tarzan coming to New York for the first time. It's like too much noise. You know, have you ever been out there and then when you come back to civilization, it's like a zoo.
Yeah, it's like a zoo.
It's like the car honking and everybody talking and just banging each other, and it's like it's like a worse jungle. So now she did a good thing for me, right? In society, yes. She saved a little boy who's homeless out there in the woods. And she clothes me. Now I'm not comfortable with the new clothes. I have to go to the toilet to use my bathroom. It's like, it's not freedom anymore. You guys are laughing.
That's true.
So now I'm more trapped than I'm free, is it not? And yet I didn't finish my life journey, did I not? So how is that a service? Even though it's a better thing in traditional society way. So it's a fruitful thought. There's no right and wrong. I'm just proposing to you, if that soul, and for those of you who's done the soul training, it's like, talk to the soul. What does the soul want to do? Does the soul want me to help? Or should I just leave him alone and let him go play in the dirt and be happy? You know, when I was 12 years old, I played in the sand in the dirt. I was so happy. I mean, so happy. I just walk out into the jungle with my grandfather. You know, it's like my paradise. Even to this day, it's still my paradise. At 12 years old, just walking barefooted out in the sand. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have a computer. The only thing I do is sticks or my slingshot that I just make for myself. And I just jump in the ocean when I want to, go fishing when I want to, walk all the way back to get some fruits from the farmers and can walk all the way back. That was the happiest time. But my parents sent me to England. Woo! Very good education in England. Woo! Life changed. It completely altered my life. So all I'm saying is, who says helping people is the way to help? So what is the best way to help people? You might want to ask yourself that. And then the next thing you want to help people is, do they even need our help? Do you know how many of you have had bad times in your life? Nobody had bad times, everybody have good times?
I've had a
So-
lot of bad times.
I saw a lot of head shaking, yes, a lot of head shaking. Everybody have a bad time in their life. I have lots of bad time. But did we learn from that bad time? We did. And I have news for you. Those bad times that you thought you had was actually your design to help you learn. Excuse me, you guys are the suckers that put it there. You all have radical conversation today, okay? I'm not just being nice, okay?
Sometimes I ask myself,
Okay.
what was I thinking?
Yeah, well, sometimes you ask yourself, why did you put that in there? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Uh-oh. What a day that was.
I do. I
so,
ask myself sometimes too. It's like, why did I make it so hard for myself? But I have news for you guys too. The older soul you are, the more harder stuff you put in your life. So sorry. The younger soul you are, you put only a few hard things, but you always have somebody else to help you along the way. So when you understand all the bigger dynamics of life, the conversation becomes really interesting. So I'm not putting people down. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that, oh, you shouldn't have bad things in your life. I'm saying everything that happens for a good reason for you to grow.
Alex,
okay.
Yes, Robert.
you're almost talking to me personally on what you're saying right now.
I am talking personally to every one of you. Every one of you have a hard time. I'm sorry to say that.
And,
If you don't have a hard time, I don't know what life you're living.
and I want to thank you for the strength that you have given me and the belief in myself, which is helping me endure what I'm going through.
Thank you.
Uh,
You know,
by medical records, I'm not supposed to be here.
thank you. You know,
I'm here and there's a purpose. Now my question is, what is that purpose? I think it is to set an example, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
okay. In a nutshell, you just shared something very powerful and important, Robert. So I just want to give you a tip here. You just shared that you are not supposed to be here technically, and yet you're here, yes? Do you know how many people in this world could use that conversation? So if you want to use that aha that you got for yourself, all you have to do is to tune to say, who needs my conversation? Allow others to deliver the person, and you can go and have conversation with them that will help them. That's a huge help for community right now. Like you can tell them somebody's hurt with COVID and they're afraid of dying. And in one conversation you could have with them, you could say, you know, they say I was going to die. And I says, hell no, I'm going to beat it. I can do it. And then you tell them, I believe you can do it too, no matter what you have. Would that help them? So anyway, if you're looking for the instant purpose right now, that is very needed in our community right now. That could be something you could play for. And you can, once you start moving in that direction, you actually see the bigger purpose, okay? So that's just a tip. So that reminds me, over the years, I've had many conversations. I've had fun conversations with you guys. I have some crazy conversations with you guys. I have some scary conversations with you guys. You know, it's been so good to see so many of you grow so much over time. Okay, you all don't take my BS anymore. You all actually know how to help me get back on track even. if I do things, but you also are not as affected by the society or by community or by the craziness of life as well anymore. And we talk about life, we talk about birth, we talk about death, we talk about afterlife, we talk about soul, we talk about a lot of things, yes. So, we've covered a lot of topics over the 10 years. And I'm very grateful for you guys to just keep growing with me on that. So,
Alex, I have a
thank you.
question.
Yes.
I have a question relating to what you just said. I've thought about this and I was like, who can I ask? But my question about like reincarnation and the afterlife, and if we reincarnate, then how come we can still see family members on the other side that have died like 20, 30 years ago if we reincarnate? You see what I mean? Like,
Okay.
why haven't they reincarnated, or you know what I mean?
So I'm just gonna really create that powerful context for what the question you asked, okay? So you asked, why can we see people that have died in the past, long time ago, yes?
Right.
Perfect. It all depends on when you see them. And it all depends on who you see. Okay, so first and foremost, to answer that question is actually very, very simple. When you're about to die, you actually see the other side. Basically, you're able to start to see the other side. So who you see is who's actually available. So not every one of them will be dead. And because the life that you see, that's just like my grandfather, okay, if my grandfather or my father, it's just very short. So the soul that comes back don't come back right away. They sometimes takes 100, 200, 300 years later before they come back.
Okay.
So there's plenty of time there for them to see people that is close by still. But if they come back, sometimes their soul essence can still be seen by people. So most of the time they see the people that are close to them is because the person that have just crossed over not long ago. So they still are not ready to come back. So they're actually just waiting for this person to finish to help them cross over.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not ready. Like I actually have to look. I've studied many lifetimes for different people. I actually explore. Okay, so like my grandfather. Okay, and my father is not ready to come back. My father is actually waiting on the other side for my mother. And he's been waiting for 20 years.
Counting his watch, no doubt.
Unless he reincarnates.
So the whole, I was born a Catholic. I didn't believe in reincarnation. Literally, I didn't believe in reincarnation. All I do is, I said, I'm a Catholic. I'm going to go to England. I'm going to study to become a priest. And I'm going to become a priest. So as a priest, good boy, if I bad, I go confession. I get my sins forgiven, and I go to heaven. Very easy. And then a friend of mine says, go see this professor in Texas. I said, why? Go see this professor, you're supposed to. And I said, why? He said, just go, knock at the professor's door. I'm supposed to see you. He says, why? I don't know. My friend told me to come and see you. He was reading something. Come closer. And he looked so hard into my eyes, it's almost like I feel like he could see through me. And I was like, naked or something like that. But he looked up and down. He said, I know why. I said, I'm glad somebody knows. And he said, come on in, sit down. Do you believe in past life? I said, nope. He said, what do you mean? He says, let me show you. And so he says, lie down here on the sofa. And so, and he was saying, he said, is there anything in your life that is puzzling? I said, yeah, just one thing, right here in my forehead. I never allow people to touch my forehead because I couldn't stand it. It's like, it feels like, oh, so painful. I couldn't even put my head down here. I couldn't even wear a head. And every time when people try to touch my head, I would smack it off. He says, okay, let's explore. So I lie down. He says, let's explore. And he goes, and he starts to bring me down, look at what happened. Anything happened as a child? Nothing happened. I said, no, nothing happened. He says, all right, let's go further. I said, further where? Okay. And said, let's just go further. And so I said, I lie down and I just stay right there. He said, let's just go to, I said, to follow my conversation. He started walking me to go further, go all the way to the point where this thing started. And all of a sudden I could hear so much noise, and I look up, it's the Roman Colosseum. And I look down, my feet is the stain of the Colosseum, the red clay. And I was like, I was wearing a Roman outfit. And I look up, and there's a soldier riding with a spear coming right at me and threw the spear right into my head. Boom. I went, ah, boom. He said, breathe. You're just seeing something. You're not dead. I said, ah! So he said, slowly pull it out. Pull, pull, and just smooth your forehead and come back. When I came back, I said, what just happened to me? What did you do to me? He said, it's okay. Touch your forehead now. He said, I touch it. I don't feel that pain anymore. I was like, oh, wow. I was shocked. That started the whole journey for me on what past life is. So I didn't believe in past life either. Well, some people, and then I started studying how could this happen, who has come back, and one, I wish I can find the book, but one of the research that I studied was somebody in, I think it's Ireland or something like that. The mother had 6 kids, and on the 7th kid that she gave birth to, she died giving birth. But on her deathbed, she told the 7 kids, I will come back and I will bring you all back. I will find all of you. And she died. And the baby were all given out to fosters to everybody. They were scattered all over. And she came back. This lady came back and she found all these kids and brought them back together, uniting that family. Very touching for me. It's like God needs to study more and more. Is it possible? Is it possible? And one of the examples is that a client of mine was in Boston. He was in the Navy and he went up to Boston. And he called me up and said, Alex, I've never been to Boston, but I'm in Boston right now. Do you mind? It's like, it feels like a deja vu to me. I says, what do you mean? He says, I feel like I've been here, but I've never been here before. I says, okay, let's just walk. Okay. So he said, this cobblestone over here, I think I've been here before, but in this life, I've never been here, Alex. And he's a Navy. So he's like, I don't want people to know I'm crazy. Okay. I said, it's okay, just walk with me. I says, okay, let's go to a place where you think you can. He says, just go to the next area where there's cobblestone. So he turned around the corner. There's just the side of the building, there's another cobblestone to go up. And I said, look up that cobblestone. Do you think you know where that is? I says, I've been here. And I said, what do you think is up ahead? He said, I think there's a church up ahead. And on the right-hand side, if I go turn around, there's a pub underneath down there. And there's another pub on the other side. I said, okay, let's just go walk. Let's go take a look. So he started walking and he started feeling, he said, oh my God, this is so funky. I don't know how. And true enough, there is a pub over there. And true enough, there's a church up the hill over there. So how do you explain that? And also, all those things, when I started studying all of those things, it's like, how do you explain? Because earlier when I started studying, people who have died in Civil War, and then we do a regression for them, and they have remembered things like that. And I said, go back in history, go look and see if they find it. And they found it. It's like, oh my God. So those things are available if you want to find facts. It's really cool to discover life after death. And the older the soul, the longer before you come back.
Alex, is it true that we're also somewhat outside of our standard space and time? In other words, when we die, space and time moves differently than it does when we're in the physical?
Yes, time on Earth is just on Earth time.
Yeah, that's what I understood as well. Like Alari explained to me a long time ago that if you considered like your soul the center of one of those blow flowers, the wish flowers, and all of your lifetimes coming out like the seeds, that's what made sense to me, because I used to not believe in past lives either. When she explained it like that it's more like concurrent lives, like your soul is eternal, but all your lifetimes are radiating out from that. Like that cemented it for me.
That's one way of looking at it, because time is a little bit different up there than here. Yes. So thank you, Kimberly. Does it answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
I think I answered more than your question tonight.
It was good. It was good. All helpful. All helpful.
So good. Anybody else has any questions? Just for fun, okay?
Alex,
Yes.
is there a difference between soul love and human love?
Soul love and human love,
Yes.
there is a huge difference.
Can you explain that, please?
How much time do you have? All right, I'm going to keep it very simple. I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Give it to me any way you want to give it to me, Alex.
Robin, which one should I give it to her?
Start with the bad news first, and then the good
Bad
news.
first.
The bad news
Everything
first.
happens for a good reason, so it's all good news.
There you go. See, I'm so glad they always keep me straight. I love it. All right. So the bad news, so-called bad news, is human love is all made up by humans. Love is friendship. Love is lovey-dovey. Love is
It's
A
a
Valentine.
flower.
oh my achy breaky heart. Love is actually a human creation, but the energy of love from the soul is very different from the words that human created. So do you want to hear what's that love? No,
Yes.
you guys are human. You guys just want to go and find out what love is. It's funny because, like I said, I had a workshop one time. I had 90 over people. I said, what is love? Everybody give me one word. What is love? It's like over 90 different words. I said, only a few is the same. I said, if I'm an alien coming to Earth, I am now confused what love is. I have no idea how to love as a human. Love is taking care of you. Love is providing for you.
What kind of car you drive?
Love is doing my laundry. It's all made up. You guys made it up. You know how many men makes it up so that the woman loves them the way they want? And you know how many women created condition of love where the man has no choice but to love them that way? It's a funky game you guys playing. And then you guys created conditions of love that's not even possible for you to have. Just like kick yourself in the butt. I don't know how you do that, but try it. Anyway, I'm giving you guys radical answers today, okay? So you guys got me in a good mood today, okay? I'm usually more gentle and more loving. But what I'm saying is, love is, somebody say, if I'm spiritual, I'll tell you love is this. If I'm religious, I'll tell you love is being kind to people, serve people, donate to them. So they created that condition of love. And so that person, if they believe in it, now have to live inside that paradigm. Has to live inside that paradigm. All it takes is one person to tell them that. And one person to believe that. That's it. It becomes that paradigm for that life until something changed that paradigm. I grew up, my mommy said, if you are loving, you are a good Christian or Catholic, you have to be kind to everybody. I was so kind to everybody, I give everything. I live all my life so kind to everybody. I don't have time for myself. I'll just give my love to everybody. But that's my paradigm. Until I wake up and says, I have nothing. Why? Okay. So the love in our human society has been passed on by somebody to you guys to believe it is. You read somewhere, you discover somewhere, or somebody did a kind act to you, and you call that love. And the bad news is you could buy all of that. You could buy all of that. Okay, so soul love. What is soul love? Anybody want to share what is soul love? Or what they have experienced?
I feel it when
Yeah.
there's a feeling of connection to the divine, like in meditation or just in nature.
Mm-hmm. And what does that experience feel like?
Like a deep, profound peace and joyfulness and clarity, and I just feel connected to myself and to God.
Okay. And again, I'm going to give you guys radical answers that you guys are going to be going out there to discover and find out again and explore for yourself, okay? Inside the conversation of soul, when the soul goes up there and comes together, they are completely connected and joined together. You get that? They go up and join together in a group. So inside that world, they don't even need the word love. They are all intertwined with each other, connected, and they are already connected soul to soul. You get that? They don't even need the word love. We think there is a word love. They can hear, understand each other, feel each other. They're so connected to each other. And they actually share you got that life, you got this life, they come out, they actually share the life experience together. So they're actually completely already one. So love is actually not needed up there. They already are love.
Yeah.
Sorry to bust your bubble.
So Alex,
Again, like I said, it's a human way of wanting to understand what is, yes? It's a human way of saying, oh, we should. Remember, we study all the philosophies of life. Rumi, love is. We study the great, the Pope says, the Bishop says, the Yogi says, the Buddhists say, okay? They meditate for months and years and they say, this is love. I have news for you. This is an essence of their love that they have to experience for that life to learn love.
why do they need to learn love if they come from love?
I didn't say they come from love. They came to this life. They go to India. They travel and they suffer to find their love in this life. And they discovered that love through their meditation, through their teachers, through their yogis. And then now they share their discoveries of love, just like Buddha shared their discoveries, just like Jesus shared their discoveries of love. You get that? Do you know how much travel did Jesus go to? Jesus went all the way to India to study. Jesus went to great teachers to study about love. So, like I said, this is a radical conversation. You guys might want to hear this conversation again. And then it's going to make you guys think, it's like, how am I going to process all of this? But that's the fun thing about this thing. So for those of you who have been here with me, that's why I can enjoy do this conversation. But I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to release something radical for you guys to be thinking about soon. So you guys can still do that. So can you hear, does that help you understand what I'm talking about love right now? Human is a human desire to need to know something.
Yeah.
To know what that blissful feeling of connecting with somebody and what their job is supposed to be to share that love. You know, so let's say, John, you choose to share love. That's your job in this life. So you sign up this contract. You say, I'm going to study love. I'm going to study alien love, human love, baby love, dog love, cat love. I'm going to study all of that. Okay. So I sign up. I'm going to be an expert at love. Okay. So you now go out there, you study, and you say, oh, you're sharing. This is what love is supposed to be. This is what I discovered love is. You guys are supposed to do this. And so Robin, on the other hand, she's a warrior. Yeah? She comes here and she says, I'm just going to kick butt, take names, and go home. She's a warrior. She's supposed to see how strong she could be and how much she can conquer, and then she finished. And so when so Robin one day happened to come across your town and says, okay, I'm going to take over you. You said, no, we have to be loving. She says, thank you. Okay, so which one is right? But you didn't learn love. I don't need to. I don't want to do this life. I'll do it next life, Robin says. So which one is right and wrong now?
Do we have to have right and wrong, Alex?
Thank you. Both are right, is it not? They both have the right to live that experience of soul journey, is it not?
Yeah.
You happen to agree to her to show her love and to have your head chopped off in front of her. You signed that contract. Because if you didn't sign that contract, you would have probably gone traveling and explore and share love in India when she came to conquer you.
Oh my God.
But the comedy of life, I mean, for those of you who have read the Game of Life by Florence Sheen, it's really funny. You know, for those of you who read that, it's a game. Life is a game to learn, to explore. So I know I'm saying a lot of radical things. I'm not the only one saying this. A lot of people have said this before me. Okay. And I'm just putting it in simple English for you guys, and I'm playful with it. Okay. You know, so can you see what I'm saying? A lot of people say, oh, everybody have to be loved. Well, my demonstration to you is Robin didn't need love. She just needs to learn how to be powerful. You discovered love. The two of you came together. One don't even care about love. The other one wants love and wants to share love. Both journey is 100% entitled to be existing. That's where I look at it.
So Alex, why did you start with the good news and the bad news question?
Well, the bad news is human made all this shit up. The good news is when you look at the soul, is they don't even need that word love. They're already in existence of love. I mean, you type in the word "what is love" in Google. Do you know how many definitions will come up? What is the results of that find? Somebody type in Google and see how many hits you get. So which one is the right one? I mean, you tell me. I mean, I've gone through that journey before. So anyway, that's another radical conversation for you guys tonight. So and so you guys can make love whatever you want. The best news, you can make love whatever you want. Love is kind, love is loving. And so when you believe that love is kind, love is loving, or you could say, you can create love is people are so kind to me. So if you say love is people are so kind to me, people always take care of me. And if you believe that is love, guess what you will get? Kind people that takes care of you, yes. Why? Because how you all have heard the exact same proof on the other side. Oh, it's hard to find love. It's scary to love. It's dangerous to love. You've already heard those stories. Why use those? It's not working. Yes? Or love is tricky. Anyway, those are created by people too, is it not? And yet their life got created exactly by what they say. So if you want to discover for yourself, go ask the people that are in love right now and say, what is love? And you can see exactly the relationship they have. So it's a game. You're playing a game. Sorry to bust your bubble. I know some of you studied Rumi. Rumi's version of love is beautiful. He's got beautiful words to explain love. Love is so mesmerizing, so big, so beautiful. You're
but
lucky. You can use it. You can enjoy it.
But when you have children, that love is completely different, though. It's much more subtle and it's different.
You have a feeling for them that is different, yes. The feeling that you have is actually a mother's nurturing love, nurturing, caring instinct.
Gotcha.
And that mother can still define what love is. That mother will say, I will take care of that person. That's my love. And there are mother that says, I don't care about that kid. I'm going to go drink and she can take care of herself. And I still love her. There are mothers that done that. So which one is the right one? Both
Clearly
are
there's
right,
an
but they just
agreement
made it
there.
up. Yes,
Yeah, there's an agreement there, so.
it is. The deeper detail, like I said, the more deeper understanding of that is there is a lot of that. Okay, and so I'm getting a ping over here, so I want to share with you guys. For those of you who know Jackie Williams, you all know Jackie Williams. For those of you who
Yeah.
know Jackie Williams,
Yes. Yes.
she's now in Westminster, Canterbury, right, Hop? Yeah, and so she's on the final journey of her life right now.
Oh.
Okay, and so I want you guys to say a prayer for her or connect with her in spirit with her. And I believe that Hope says that they cannot accept visitors. Is that correct, Hope? Okay, so you can connect with her on the cell phone, and if Hope can put it on the chat line, the new cell phone number, because she's got a new cell phone number, and hopefully she can put it on the chat for Jackie's new cell phone number. Does she have an iPhone, or does she have something different that they can FaceTime with her? Jack, Hope, I cannot hear you. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Sorry. Yes, she doesn't have an iPhone. It's a it's a Motorola Z something phone. Or I think it's an E4 phone, but it is a smartphone. She can do Zoom. We just got the phone for her, so she doesn't know how to work it real well. It's just best to try and call her. And I will put the phone number on the chat.
Yeah, so please call her and really get in touch with her soul to soul, okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hope has been taking care of her, being her companion for quite a while now. So I'm so thankful for her to have that. Okay.
I'm thankful for her.
Yes.
This is Jackie with the short white hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a nurse.
Yes, she was a nurse. Yes. So yeah, so she had the cancer had come back. Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so please get in touch. She's at peace, but just talk to her, okay? Call her and talk to her, and just get in touch with her and just tell her what she means to you. All right? Thank you. All right. Any other question?
I have a question.
Okay, Ray, and then who's next? Okay, Ray, go ahead.
My question is stemming from, you made a point earlier about older souls have more things that they can work through because of their experience in the realms.
Mm-hmm.
I have two questions. One of them is there any advice that you have for people going through, and you helped me discover that I had some hidden things that are in plain sight for me to have recalibrated and redefined. Is there advice on how to bring up hidden things that might be tucked away somewhere?
So are you talking about old souls or hidden stuff?
Well, it was tied to old souls because there's more for old souls to discover. So there's more things to kind of dig out of the cellar. So is there any advice on bringing up things that might be hidden?
For you?
For anyone in general, because I feel like we all have these experiences, so.
All right, let me see. Interesting. Okay, good. All right. Would you all like to know the hidden stuff that you guys are good at? Okay. I'll give you guys one tip. And most of these things are hidden in plain sight too, by the way. Okay. So here's one tip for you. Okay, because we've got a good variety, I'm gonna just tune to one of these. Okay, I like it. I have a lot of noise. I don't know where it's coming from. Let's see. All right, thank you. All right, come on back. So here's the one tip that I can give you guys. So that your soul, all your souls has agreed to do this, so I can give it to you guys. So here's your one tip that I can give to you. You have to ask very clearly, reveal to me one of my hidden gifts or one of my best hidden gifts. Like you ask yourself, you have to ask first. So reveal to me what is my best hidden gift. So you write it down or you ask yourself, okay? So once you ask that question, I want you guys to go a specific place. I want you guys to go to a section of a book where it means something to you, like something good or something spiritual or something whatever, or something artistic, whatever. Like there's a collection of books, a collection of magazines. It doesn't matter. It's just a collection of something. Okay, so you need to go there because it's not for you to think, it's for you to do. So it's when you go there, just ask that question and says, reveal to me, and go straight over there and pick it up and open it up quickly. Okay, and that thing will jump out. So your soul has agreed for this contract to reveal to you guys for you guys. That's why I had to like talk to them. What is the best way to give it to you that everybody can use? You all get it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So have fun with it. And I'm curious now. You guys got me curious. So text me what you got, okay? Or email me what you got, okay? I'm curious now. You guys are playing good games. I like it. Okay. Okay. And yes, we all have a lot of gifts, but the main gifts are what gets us going to do our main job, but all the other gifts support the main gifts. Okay. So, okay, good. Any other questions before I share?
Alex, I have a question.
Okay, go.
It's Doreen.
Hey, where is Doreen? Oh, Doreen's on the phone. Yay, Doreen. I was looking for you on the picture. I didn't see you.
You
Okay.
said earlier, time is different up there. So my question is, what's up there? How would you describe where spirit resides, where the souls are while waiting to reincarnate?
How much time do you have, Doreen?
It's a long answer. It's a big answer. You said up there. I guess that summarizes it, but up there is kind of...
No, most people refer it up there.
Right.
Okay. The reason why we refer it up there is because it's just not in this three-dimensional plane. But it's actually coexisting with this three-dimensional plane. That's why I said to describe it, it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit bigger than that. Okay, the spirit world or the world that the soul exists is a little bit bigger than a three-dimensional plane. They actually coexist with all the multi-dimensional planes. Okay, so that's why I say, how do you explain that? It's just up there. It's a reference that is not here, it's up there. Okay, so it's just where the soul resides. And like Maggie was referencing, that the soul can reside and can exist in different timeline in different dimensions. Like I said, there's a lot more conversation than just saying it's up there. Yeah. So the world that we exist in is in three dimensions, and hence we create time where we all can use time to communicate and to now know how to work with each other in this space and time.
How to what?
How to work with each other in this space and time.
So not on the earth plane.
On the earth plane, we have time, yes.
Right.
Everybody have a wonderful iPhone watch, or now people have fancy watches now that can tell more than time now. They can tell that you're angry, you're upset, you're sad, you're you didn't sleep enough. Too bad they didn't say, time to go to the bathroom. Anyway, my sense of humor, that's all. I'm just playful today. All right, come on back over here. Doreen, does it help you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just wondered how would Hindu describe where the soul resides while waiting to reincarnate?
Well, Hindu, I'm not going to go where Hindu decide. I'm going to just Alex describe to you. It's easier. Okay. So if you want to go do Hindu, you can just study. Yes, I was just listening to the text of what they were talking about. So, but I'm going to give you a simpler version of this. Okay. Every human being have a soul. And if you all don't know what a soul is, ask each other. So one of you have already understood this. So a soul basically comes into our body, create a life, and then we learn something, and then we die. And when we die, we still remember all the things that we learned. That's a beautiful thing. The soul remembers. It's not just in the brain that goes to that just got lost in the mud, in the ash. Okay, so the beautiful thing is that our experience of life is actually recorded by the soul. And so when we go up there, like you were talking about up there, the soul's first path is go up to the first plane up here. Like some of you have, for some of you who have done dreams, the astral plane, you actually go in past the astral plane and it goes into the causal plane and it goes up into the next plane. It's not up there, it's just the next plane of existence where the soul can come together, and the soul don't go away right away. So the soul don't go far away right away. The soul actually, leave this plane, earth plane, and actually process for a moment to see what and they actually come back, because if they leave abruptly, they actually come back to see the people so that they don't go too far, so they can actually are very close to the earth plane still, so they can actually visit people and help people if they need to, or find somebody else who can talk to their loved ones. So that's where they get very close. So when they get very close in the causal plane, they can come back very quickly to the astral and the three-dimensional plane, where people's brain can hear them. So the human brain can hear them. Some people who can channel them, so they can actually come here and talk to them. So they're very close. The soul comes to earth. So once they finish this process, so they have time to process. In some Catholics, they call it, the waiting place, the purgatory place, or something like that. Other people have this the little like just hang out place before they go to the next one. So there are several stages in the soul's progression after that. And then they'll go meet with the group of souls and they'll share the message and the word they learn. And they'll then go through the next process of just like integrating all of that. And then they go to the next process and says, what's next? What's the next journey for them to come back to learn? So they'll come back to learn once they decided what journey, who to learn it with and where to learn it, then they'll come back to earth again. So come back down to the physical plane again, to go back into another life, to continue their journey of life. For those of you who have learned how to explore their own past life, you can actually see that cycle. You can actually see the past, what you have done, where you've been, what you have learned. For those of you who have learned that, you can actually see those. Okay. And so you actually know what you have learned and what your tendencies are. So those are some of the extra things that you can explore in life as well. And that's the fun about, I created the healing circle for conversations like that. And And one time I created the enlightened conversation for people who come and ask deep questions like that, and I actually explore deeply. But the funny thing is, like, the deeper I go, the less people show up.
I know that's the bitch of life.
Did you say it's the brain that channels the soul, other souls? Did you say it's the brain that channels?
That's part of it. Yes, brain opens the brain helps open the channel, but the chakras are what the spirit
Right.
goes through.
Right.
Because if the brain says close, it's closed.
Right.
So
I think
anyway,
there's a part.
that's just the basic of it. Like I said, this thing you could study all your life on just that different planes. Okay.
Do you think there's a part of that soul plan, Alex, that you were just describing, wherein we may choose to stay on lower planes for a period of time after our death, specifically as like a continuation of the work that we were doing in life?
To continue growing, you mean?
To continue, yeah, and aiding the other people in our lives and to continue some of the relationships, even though we're not in the physical.
Usually that happens to younger souls. They don't want to go away. Usually that happens to younger souls. They stay here for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Younger souls. All souls will say, what's the waste of time here? They go and learn and they come back to another journey that's more exciting. The younger souls, they are attached to that life. It's so that this is so good a life. I don't want to let go. So they're attached to the human life, so they actually stay there longer.
I have a question, Alex.
You guys have lots of good questions today. What happened to you guys? Where have you guys been in the last 6 months? Man, if you guys were here 6 months ago, I might still continue.
You can always change your mind, Alex.
Oh, thank you, Ray. You're so kind in reminding me that. But Ray, remember though, if I say next Friday and every Friday, you guys are gonna go party. Okay, go ahead, Kathy.
Oh, all right. One time I was driving down the road, actually First Colonial Road, and suddenly I just found myself looking down on the people, just like I wasn't part of them at all. And then I heard these words, the one. And I was wondering what you thought about that.
Yeah, it all depends on the context. Because here's a world of channeling. Okay, the world of channeling, like the message you're going to be hearing, is 100% based on your evolution and allowance and your openness to what comes through. If you're very enlightened, you will hear enlightenment, wonderful soul. But if you are not, if you have a lot of chatter in your head, you might hear things like that. You might once in a moment be open to that certain things. But those lower vibrations only attract lower vibration souls and people, yeah? So the permission and the power of your brain to evolve and to choose who you talk to, you will hear what that is. And sometimes when you're driving, like I drive through graveyards, close to graveyards, sometimes I purposely want to go to graveyard. When you drive to these places, and if you're open, just relaxing, not even thinking about anything, some spirits out there are very strong and they have the ability to come in and say, hey, I want to talk to you. And then all of a sudden, I'll see the Civil War soldiers in their uniform standing up and says, this is me. You know, shoulders up. If you happen to be open, it will show up. So I had to bust the bubble of channelers who think that everything that you channel is high quality stuff. It is as good as you and your human being permits. The more you choose, the better you choose, the better you play with, the better the information that comes. And remember, like I said, nothing is right or wrong. You could say, I have channeled this is love. But you have channeled from a poet. So the words come so beautiful. The poet loves it. And the next person sitting right next to you happened to get drunk and he's open and receptive. And he happened to hear from somebody who had a love that had a bad experience that died over there. And so he's open, he's drunk, and he could hear, say, love is dangerous, be careful. You will always get hurt, and that's how I died. And so he'll share with the people at the bar, hey, I heard this voice. What is that? So there's a whole world over there that as I train people, I actually ask people to choose to discern who you play with. And believe me, there's all kinds of spirit out there. From somebody who just died recently, and there's a lot of people have just died right now. So I'm already hearing so many spirits right now that I'm working with, and they have died recently, to spirits that have died a long time ago, like Maggie was saying, that they don't want to go, so they are kind of angry, okay, to the ones that have gone, and the high spirits, because high spirits don't reside here, like I was saying, so they actually go somewhere else. So you have to actually call them to come down to talk to you. They actually have to come down. So that's a whole different world. So I cannot say exactly who or what unless I really go and research exactly what, when, why. Okay?
Okay.
Kathy?
I recently had an experience trying to cross somebody over, and they argued with me. It was a soul. And they actually did not want to go. And I actually had to call in higher powers to assist them to go. They actually argued.
Yeah. Yeah. Believe me, there are some people kicking and screaming. I say, it's time for you to go. Your body's actually not functioning anymore. It's time for you to go. Oh boy, they don't want to. Anyway, one more question, and I want to share something with you guys. One more question. Oh, Robin's taking advantage of this. All right, Robin, what is it? Is it love? Is it about love?
No. I love love, but yeah, no. And I'm sorry, Ray. I'm so sorry. So I know she had another question. However, my question is more about our energy and location on the earth. So are there times where a soul's energy can be called to be in a certain position on earth to help balance the energy overall across the planet? And is there any impact of free will that can adjust that, especially if we have contracts that are in place?
Okay, I want you to ask that question again. So really think first, and then the answer.
Okay.
Ask it again, please.
So for our position on earth, with the soul being called based on the energy that is needed on earth. So in particular, if I am a soul who has a high light energy, and then there is a denser energy in a particular place, is there the potential that that soul can be called over to help balance out the energy in the denser areas of the planet? And does free will have an impact on that to adjust the soul's journey in any way?
Thank you. You added something in the second question. You see that?
I did.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that a soul can assist the vibration of the earth is that that soul has enough of an energy that will make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So not every soul are actually called to do that.
Mm.
The soul that has the higher vibration or a specific frequency or vibration that will help that area will be called upon to. So some people will be drawn to go to a certain place to do it. Okay. And so they will do that. And some people will actually learn how to meditate and go to that place in the astral plane to do it, and they can still do it. So it all depends on your soul's vibration, not just human vibration, actually your soul's vibration to the frequency of what's around. And you will be called upon not by people, but by the planet or by the intergalactic connections that you need to create. So it's called upon by something else that is matching your soul's frequency and vibration to produce that. And the answer to the second part of your question is, do you have a free will to do it? Yes, you do, as a human being. Every human being is given the option to fulfill the contract or not.
Now, does anyone else's free will impact the journey of another soul and having to be positioned in a different place? So
the answer is in the question. What is the answer in the question, Robin?
yes.
Thank you. She's learning, so I'm also, she's so quick at this thing, but I'm just, of course, yes. If I choose not to come here tonight, will it impact you guys?
Yes.
Of course, okay. Thank you for playing with me and allowing me to train you live. All right. So I want to share something with you guys tonight. And because you guys are here and I love to share anyway. Okay. And remember, what is this button?
Easy button.
Easy button.
It is not this button. It is not this button, okay? All right, everybody who have easy button, hold it up. Yay, Elizabeth! Yay! Woohoo! Yeah, we're creating a world of ease. Yay!
Why do you have a hard button?
Okay, here's why. People come to me with this experience. Are you ready to hear that? It is long-winded and takes a long time to get there, and then it's hard to get there, and finally I got there. I don't even remember how I got there. That's the hard part. A lot of people have been trying. They don't even know how they got there, but they've been trying so hard to get there. But I said, let's just press this button. That was easy. Okay. All right. I asked you to choose the easy button. The easy button towards peace, towards love, and towards unity. So tonight, my message for you guys. Peace is not found outside the world. Freedom is not found outside the world. It is not because a law gives you the freedom or a gun gives you a freedom. Peace is not given to you by somebody. Love is not out there. Each and every one of the things that I said to you can be found and achieved in each and every one of you. When you want peace in your life, it is not building a wall around you or going to a place that is peaceful. It is when you plant a seed of peace in your mind and in your heart and let it grow, the light of peace from your heart and let it grow. where it engulfs your mind from your heart that you are peace. And when you choose and declare that you grow peace from your heart and emit out from your heart to your mind and all around you, that you are peace. And when you experience that in its totality, you will be at peace no matter where you are, no matter what condition you are, no matter what temperature the room is, no matter what walls are around you, you will be at peace. And because you vibrate at that vibration of peace, and if you can bring it and expand it beyond your space, that means out in the house, around you, in your community, and if you can expand it, then your house will be at peace, your community will be at peace because you created that vibration in that space. War cannot exist inside that space if you vibrate. That is not comfortable for them. In totality, it doesn't exist. War cannot come into that place. That's how powerful spiritual people can walk straight to a warrior and melt that energy that they actually couldn't fight with them. So when you embody peace and expand, you will be safe. And the people around you that feel safe will come inside that space only. If you choose to anchor freedom and explore the world of freedom inside your mind, when you bring in that experience and explore that in your mind, you will go further and bigger than anything in this world that could limit you. And there is nothing, no prison, no walls can stop you, no guns, no laws, nothing can stop you or take your freedom away. A good example is Nelson Mandela. He chose to be free. And he was free the whole time he was in prison. When you choose to embody freedom in you, the world cannot help but create the space for you to be free. It is not about fighting for freedom. It is not about asking for freedom. It is not the right to be free. You already are free. It is up to you to claim it. And it also applies to equality. When you understand that word in its totality, embody that word in its totality, that wherever you are equal. Whatever context that you create equal is the only limitations that you will have. If you create equality in its greatest context, you will bring forth the world of equality in and around you. Henceforth, this is your world that I propose to you to create for you to play, and that you have the strength. And I've already started off in the evening that you have access to the information to create this and to share your wisdom with the people. I've given you guys permission to access that. And for those of you who can access your guide, use this experience to explore the power of this message. You will bring peace, you will bring freedom, you will bring joy. And you will experience freedom, you will experience peace, you will experience safety, no matter what happens out there. Thank you so much for coming tonight. And thank you so much for listening and allowing me to be of service to you guys. It is a blessing for me to be able to share the information that comes through me to you guys. So I am so honored to be a part of your journey.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks for everything.
Yes,
You've
we
done an
love you,
awesome
Alex.
job, Alex.
Yes, Alex, awesome.
APPLE, Alex.
Thanks
Yeah,
for your
I'm gonna have to keep spelling it tonight, okay?
Thanks for your humility.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Alex. Thank you for your gifts and service.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys clear how important that last message was for you guys? Because each and every one of you I see will help right now by embodying that, okay? I don't see the world as chaos, understand? Why? Because I look at all these beautiful souls over here, the peaceful souls, the free souls, the wise souls, because every one of you is a spark of light in where you are. That makes a difference. You guys are stronger than all the crap out there, okay?
And you gave us some magic today, Alex.
You guys are gonna be buzzing tonight, so just be enjoying it, okay? You guys are gonna be buzzing. It's like, so Elizabeth, I want to ask your mom, how did she experience tonight's crazy session?
Oh, I think it was wonderful, Alex. Really
Oh,
good.
thank you.
Thank you for letting me be part of it.
Oh, thank you for joining us. I hear you're on a beautiful journey, a powerful journey. So, Super 2021 for you. Yes. So, anybody else have any last words before we go?
I think
just want to say,
Go ahead, Ray.
I just want to say thank you for our last session about home and space, because
Oh, yes.
everything else makes sense now. And, you know, your conversation about peace and embedding it into the space within yourself, it makes so much more sense now.
Exactly. You can now immerse peace in your space now. You get that? Like,
yes.
Like fuse it. You get that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Beautiful. And who was going to say something before?
I was gonna say, I think Chinese New Year this year is going to be really good. So
Yeah.
be expecting good things.
It's my year, the year of the ox. Woo!
Oh, that makes sense.
And Robert, You make a difference, God make a difference. Get it? You make a difference, God make a difference, Robert. Okay? All right. And anybody else? Lou, you guys over there.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And Lynn, yeah. Lenny, keep me in touch on what's going on. I see a lot of changes in that area, so keep me in touch on what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of energy shifting here over there. Okay. So all right, and Connie, you have a good life, and you guys. So I have. Should I say it?
Say it. Just say it.
Duh, say it.
Come on, Alex.
Don't leave us hanging now.
All right. I think I am going to, because of the energy changing with so much everything, I think I am, instead of the next healing circle, I am going to put out a message, recorded message. So stay tuned for the email and just go and listen to the recording. Okay. So it's not going to be very long, not going to be 2 hours, but there's a message that's coming for a lot of people. So I'm gonna record a message, and you all can still do that, and you can still, respond to me and text me or email me with your experience. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll keep you guys in touch still. Until the next time we meet.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bonsoir.
Hi, Alex.
Bye.
Love you. You're awesome.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.